Welcome to the AttainaCare Post-Acute Care Provider portal demo. Presumably, you've been set up with login credentials from an AttainaCare representative. I will go ahead and log into my own account. After logging in, you will likely not see this gray button, and you will see your facility or maybe possibly multiple facilities under the Healthcare/Post-Acute Care portal. For this particular example, we're going to go with the Avamere at Three Fountains. Like I said, this is just a demo, so we'll click Launch. A lot of the tools on the left can be ignored for now. Setting up your account initially involves simply two steps. For the first step, we're going to go to the top right corner, where we will click our account name and go to My Settings. In My Settings, you can change your password, which is set up for you by the AttainaCare representative. This way you can customize your own password and not use whatever they gave you. On the right side, you can receive notifications to an email address and a cell phone number. If you use your cell phone number, you will actually receive a text message to your cell phone whenever a family or senior is looking at your facility and wants more information. If the family or senior requires more information regarding your facility, they will click the button on the referring site, which will allow you to instantly get their name, contact information, and other commentary regarding their particular situation. The second step, after configuring your password and your notifications, is to go over to My Availability. This may look different depending on what kind of a facility you are. In our case, for this particular demo, we're looking at a standard skilled nursing facility, in which case they simply have beds. For this particular facility, we will click Change Availability. There's some pre-populated data here, but we'll ignore that. Let's say we have 2 of every bed. Obviously, this is very inaccurate and will likely not happen in real life, but like I said, this is just a demo. Clicking Submit, it updates our availability nationwide, so that now our availability was last changed 0 minutes ago. This does a few things for us. Number 1, it broadcasts our availability in real time to families and seniors that might be looking for facilities like you. Secondarily, the fact that you have updated your availability so recently means you're at the top of their search list. If you allow your availability to go too long without being updated, you'll end up at the bottom of the list, and so it's good to stay on top of your availability. In the event that you have not changed availability, you can simply click the green button that says No Changes. This way, I'll go ahead and click it. It marks your availability as very recently updated, even though you've had no change in the quantity of beds that you have available. This screen, like I mentioned, will look differently for different facilities. So if you're a dialysis facility, you will likely have a schedule view where there might be a morning, afternoon, evening, and nocturnal time slots. So this view may be different, but the premise is the same. Change your availability or simply click No Changes. And the more often you do that, the more on the top of the list you will become when families and seniors are searching for your particular facility type. Some extra functionality to notice: if you are a supervisor or a manager of your facility, you'll have access to this section called Facility Settings. The 2 critical sections for you would be the virtual tour and employee and user accounts. For virtual tours, you're allowed to upload pictures and videos so that your families, hospitals, and seniors are able to view your facility without actually visiting in real life or contacting you. With employees and user accounts, you're able to actually add your own employees that work at your various facilities so that they can also manage availability. That way, you're not the only one that has the responsibility of managing availability. So if we click into the employees section, we can see that we've got a couple of users defined, but if we want to add a new user, you simply click the green button that says Add User. You type in their email address, their name, and you give them a password that they can use to initially log in. I'll go ahead and close this since I don't need to add another user. Let's say that we had just added Rudika Perv as a new user. So if we click on edit for her account, we can of course change her email address and her name in case we misspelled them. If she comes to you and says, hey, I can't log into AttainaCare anymore, you can use these fields to set a new password for her to use. Additionally, you can give her permissions to manage availability, manage virtual tour photos and videos, and of course, for your standard employees, you may not want them to be able to run reports or manage other users. If, in the event that Rudika is actually one of your co-managers or another supervisor that works with you, it would likely be a good idea to give her access to manage users. That way she can also manage employees and you're not the only one with that responsibility. Simply click submit when you're done, and that is the end of managing this particular user. After that point, your user can then log into the AttainaCare system and access your facility or facilities if they happen to have access to multiple.